It's finally time to do something that I should have done ages ago. It's hard to really talk about because I think there's a lot of great in Florida, but we have to get rid of it. And you might be like, why did it take you so long to get rid of Florida? Well, you have to understand that my favorite food ever to bulk, which I obviously do a lot, is iguana jerky. I jerk that iguana. And iguana jerky is only easily found in Florida because they have so many of them. You can kind of just take them off the street and skin them Scandinavian style in your front yard and no one asks. They don't ask questions because they're probably on fentanyl. Dub for me. I do have Narcan in my pocket, but I only use it for people with pure souls, okay? Not the type of person who would turn me in for my iguana jerky lifestyle, okay? But recently, my Chinese peptide supplier said he also has some very buff iguanas that I can get jerky from ethically. They're so buff, they're shedding their skin all the time. Okay, so I can still hit my protein goals and we can also destroy Florida. Best of both worlds, let's get started. The only bad part about this is that once you start playing God, there's a lot of, I guess you could call them responsibilities that you have to take because people start talking to you when they're bored. Oh dear God, I need to pass this test. Will I study? No. I don't know how to help you there. Oh dear God, my kid has cancer. Do I look like a scientist? I am just creating the world. Like, it's not. I wasn't really worried about all these like tiny details like childhood cancer or like mathematic tests. Like, shit, I just made it. What's the rules of it? Figure it out, buddy. That's the fun. No one wants to have fun anymore, you know? They want everything handed to them. Luckily, I'm also very knowledgeable about what's in the center of the universe because that's my family, baby. That's La Familia. Who do you think controls this shit? Bosnians? I will let one Bosnian into my inner circle as a repayment for what the Serbians did. Typically, I try to have a more egalitarian society. I don't really care about place of birth, but more the content of your soul, and the content of your soul is like on a level of 1 to 10, how much do you F with Little Caesars Pizza? Because I made Little Caesars Pizza as the controller of the universe, as you can tell, to kind of weed out the weaklings. I don't like Little Caesars Pizza. I got GRD from Little Caesars Pizza. Maybe you were eating it with the wrong mindset, you know. I personally have never gotten sick from Little Caesars, and I think it tastes amazing because I have a closeness with this universe and I have touched the hearts of many. Maybe try being more important to society if Little Caesars tastes bad. Just a thought, you know, like, I'm thinking since we're trying to do Florida, maybe like hella seed. I'm spreading my seed all over Florida right now, guys. Don't even worry about it. You too can get a chance. Dude, if you go to Publix for a limited time only, we're going to be selling the seed lime pie, which is my seed, and your cake. And a lime pie. You know, humans are just so fascinating. Because I made lime solely to sell more Tajín stocks. I have a lot of stock in Mexico. Okay, guys? Not to play my cards too much, but that is God's land. Like, have you seen Turan from Guadalajara? Also, heavy reliance on sweet condensed milk. They're scoring that shit out over there because that's close to godliness. Sweet condensed milk, why does it taste so good? Because you're aligning yourself with your true nature, with where you're supposed to be. Why do vegetables taste so bad? Because mushy texture. And those are for the iguanas. It's the natural way of the life. Okay, guys, you have to understand. I made the plants in the water. Bacteria and shit lives in that. Then things in that eat the bacteria and shit. And then a tiny little guy eats the bacteria. And then a bigger guy eats the tiny little guy. And then there's like a dog somewhere. And then like I eat the cool ones that eat the plants. Because that's how I get my plants. Some call it fiber deficient and that I'm gonna get colorectal cancer at like 32. I think the blood coming from my asshole every time I shit is actually a sign that I'm doing something right in my life, because that's kind of cool and like manly. Like, Yes, there's constant wounds on me, but I still prevail and I'm still eating only meat. Do you think this looks enough like Florida? It kind of is giving those islands in Dubai. Which is not good either, guys. We should have more clouds, actually. We need the humidity to be stronger. I feel like there's a thick-ass atmosphere for such a tiny little place. We're atmosphere maxing, guys. It's so you can vape more without putting holes in the ozone. And some places will tell you, liberals will be like, it's actually bad for the environment to huff glue and have spray chemicals everywhere. What they don't tell you is that you can make your atmosphere thicker so it can be stronger against the attacks from our vape pens. If we start making more clouds, the vape pens will matter less. So do your part in making clouds. Get your weather machines ready. Convert to Judaism right now, guys, because well, we still can save this planet. We just need the weather to be slightly different. If we all put our minds to it, I think we can get there. I think this is how we can still vape Minion the Bob. This is how we can still hit our Bob vape 12 times a day. 13 when we have a stressful morning. Stressful afternoons don't count, bro. Go to bed. Anyways, I guess maybe we should put oil reserves in Florida. And then, like, maybe some meteors. Yeah. If there are any dinosaurs in Florida, I'm sure you guys exist there. Please hide underground, because I'm not trying to kill the dinosaur. Oh! Uh-oh. That was a lot more effective than I thought it would be. Wow. Yeah. Kind of awkward. Sorry for ruining the metropolitan area of Miami, but maybe if you guys stop in aloe yoga sets, maybe we wouldn't have to come to this point. That's probably the problem with Florida and how that was so easy to, like, just meteor and bomb through, is like there's a lot of polyester and that shit catches fire easily. Oh, it's just bomb now. How do we clone? Should we do cloning techniques onto Florida? Surely that can't be a good idea, though. Surely the Florida cloning thing. The Florida project. Oh, no. I made the world flat. Shit. Shit, I messed it up this time, guys. Okay, so the world's flat now. And the pyramids are fake. You found me out. Sorry, this shit is so thick and voluptuous. When I destroyed the earth and was trying to rebuild it, I could only think of your mom. Oh my god. It doesn't look like Florida at all. So if you know anyone from Florida, you know, maybe give them a nice postcard. Sorry, your whole family was exploded and the world was reset. We kind of had to because you guys went a little too crazy. I actually stand on the side of alligators. I'm fighting the war on alligators on the side of alligators, so I think they're gonna like it now that there's a lot more water and a lot less land. I actually don't know about alligator habits though, so maybe they like the land. Unlike Florida, you will see me at a later date. Get it because it's gone?